Good afternoon, it's Brad with American Office Solutions. We're going to show you some of the features of the TASKalfas, which are the Kyocera products. Benefit of the TASKalfas, as when you use, depending on the model that you have, the screens are going to be the same, even down to the desktop model MFPs. So as we go through these features on the devices, some will apply to the devices that you have and some will not. Example would be, if your machine does not have saddle stitch, you will have that feature on your machine C. But the features and the way that we get out paper jams and load paper, things like that, should be very common. So we're going to start with the physical features of the machines, and then we'll get into how to do some things. So physical features, we're going to talk about the dock feeder first. So you would basically load your paper here in the dock feeder, press go, or you would load paper on the glass, and you would press it up to the arrow. If you'd like it landscape, you would turn it landscape. If you want a portrait, you would have a portrait. If you've got legal size or ledger size or something smaller, it will detect that for you. One thing I want you to notice is there is a green indicator light here, so if you do load paper in the dock feeder, please make sure that you press it until you see that indicator light. If you do not, and then you press go, you're going to get blank copies. So keep that in mind. Okay? As we look at the device, again, we talked about the document feeder. As we go down the front of the device, you can open up this tray here. This is where your toner would be. There's a lock mechanism. This is on the 7000, 8000, and 9000 series machines. We'll show the other series at a different time. This is another area here too, where as we talk about paper jams, this would be a tray that it would ask you to pull out. Make sure you lock it. Down here is the paper tray. These are adjustable from 12 by 18 down to 8.5 by 5.5. The drawers do have slow close, so as they shut, they slow close just like your kitchen cabinets would. These two trays are adjustable and they're adjustable the same. These trays here actually hold 3 rings of paper each, so you can put 3,000 in the bottom 2 drawers. On this side over here, we talk about a waste toner bottle. This just opens up here. This is where the waste toner bottle would be. You hit this. Part of your service contract with us is we replace that, so you want to keep an extra one on hand. Okay. On this side of the device, this is where your bypass tray is. This is for teachers that are going to be using transparencies, heavier stock, things of that nature. These are your quick one-off places to put that. And we'll show later on how to touch the screen to get to those features. When you get a paper jam, which we're going to show here in a second, I'm just going to show you how to open the machine up. You open up the machine this way, down here at the bottom. These are 2 drawers. Very simple. The path of the machine is up and out. So that is the path. These machines will go to sleep. So when they're in sleep mode, you'll see this little energy saver light. It'll be lit up. When you walk up, you hit that, turns the machine on. You also have a soft power switch here. And on the back of the machine, it's hard to see in the video, but there's a little toggle. That's how you main power the machine off. Okay? So that's the main unit. And on this side, we actually have the stapler unit. So again, the only reason why you would get into the stapler is if you were changing the staples or if it told you had a jam. In this case, looks like a lot of stuff to touch, but after we show you pulling out jams, you're going to notice that it's fairly easy. If you have 3-hole punch, we call them the shards. This just pulls out. That's where those would be. Your staplers are right here, and there's actually how to change the staples right on the front. Okay?